Wembanyama playing the 5. Fox is out there with Chris Paul. And it's Vassell in at the small forward. And despite having a generational talent in Wembanyama, Shams, the Spurs never skipping steps. They've got great detail to everything they do.
The Spurs draft and develop. That has been their calling card. A big free agent destination. Have the ability to attract players and potentially go after players in trades. They have a ton of capital assets, draft picks that they can trade. And Victor Wembanyama has the ability to be a generational star, like you said, Kevin. And players will eventually want to be.
Quickly, can you even go back to a time when they've added Wembanyama? They've added Lively in Dallas. The Thunder's Chet Holmgren, what he did as a rookie. These young bigs have been sensational to watch. The size that the league has added has been off the charts.
And the center position might just be back, but let's look at that 2023 NBA draft. Let's revisit that in 5 to 6 years. That could be a draft that eventually will be regarded among the very best.
Now, here's Vassell after the miss from Raymond. Here's Sohan. The 10-footer finds the target. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Greg Popovich.
We got to talking about Jordan Poole and how you deal with a player like him. Coach smiled and said, we want to be as disruptive for him as possible. Anything we can do to prevent him from getting into a rhythm, we'll do it. Keeping Poole off balance is the plan here. Guys?
Thank you, David. They get it again. Back to Wembanyama. Wembanyama, a screen on Smart. No problems knocking that one down.
Fox pretty good when he decides to use his speed. He's going to get the defense on their heels.
Poole the pass to Raymond. To the middle. Here's Middleton. A shot off that time. Nice defense by Vassell. Sohan, the pass to Wembanyama. And Wembanyama throws it down.
Wembanyama is a specimen going at the rim there with a purpose.
And things can get so intense when NBA rumors start flying, Shams. You know that. The teams are just kind of holding on sometimes for dear life. What is it like when you break a major NBA story like you've done numerous times?
It's like when your heart skips a beat, Kevin. It's like when you feel like you are in such a rush and there's a surge of excitement that hits every particle of your body. Every profession obviously has a big payoff, but everything happens so fast that when it happens, it makes all the hard work worth it, but it certainly brings a great feeling, and I definitely get goosebumps to this day.
You get goosebumps, but the hard work you put in to get that story, I know what you guys go through. It is amazing the hours you spend on it.
365, 24/7.
Wow.
And Poole just deadly from three.
Ball against Poole. It's Sohan, top of the key. Offensive rebound. And Wembanyama throws it down.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Taking a look at San Antonio, they still have a firm hold on that second spot. Strong place to be.
You know, for the Wizards, they're just so locked in right now. It doesn't matter who they're playing. I know it's still early in the season, but they may turn out to be the team to beat. Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same. Now, here's Fox. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game.
This is the challenge Fox poses for defenses. Sometimes he's forced to foul him.
It's his first trip to the line. He throw good. Fox. Fox hits them both. Here's Rain Man. He's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game. Smart finds Poole. Here's Rain Man. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
leaping ability is off the charts. Not the biggest power forward, but outstanding and rising up off the ground.
And as the salary cap looks set to rise significantly, Shams, any major effect that you can anticipate?
It won't be like the year the Warriors signed KD. They're going to smooth the cap quite the same, but these numbers will continue to get eye-popping when you think about player salary, and you have to keep in mind luxury tax and the new second apron that came into play with the collective bargaining agreement, and that will play a part in how teams build, not putting yourself in a restrictive position to continue to build winning organizations.
A lot of moving parts to contend with, but boy, a lot on the horizon. Here's Paul after the made shot from Raymond. Paul kicks to Fox. Out to the wing. Here's Sohan. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist. Sohan's got 5 points so far.
Well, the more Fox does that, the more he's going to be looked at like a leader.
Pass to Sohan. Tries again. And Wembanyama with the layup. Wembanyama's got his third basket of the night right there.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
A shot by Middleton, wide open, sinks the triple.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Fox dishes the ball. Wembanyama, a screen on Poole. Pass to Sohan. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. He's got 8.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And here is Fox. He has 7. Down low, Holmes with the steal. In transition, here come the Wizards. The kick out to Poole. Shoots over Vassell. Shot is good off the back rim and in. And it's now only a 1-point Spurs lead. Expansion is coming, Shams. Is the league ready, in your estimation, for some more cities and new teams?
The NBA seems to be ready. I think I'm ready. Kevin, are you ready? Because the last expansion was, 20 years ago? That's the longest wait for this league since it began. And so I think Adam Silver and this league are going to take their time and really figure out exactly where they want to expand to. But the question is, Kevin, are you ready?
I am always ready. I know the league is looking even overseas or even maybe south of the border for a possible new entrant. But the league has got so much talent on the bottom half of these rosters. I definitely think it's time.
And there's a great appetite, a great desire for a lot of these cities, not only in the States, but also abroad, like you said, to go bring in an NBA team to their city and bring some of the talent, the marquee names to their city.
Oh, it'll be terrific.
When he has a chance to set up like that, Poole is one of the game's better shooters.
Outside, Fox. Takes a 3. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got his 5th rebound in this one. Middleton, the pass to Smart. Here's Rain Man. The 3. Wembanyama with the rebound. To the inside. Sohan. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown. Washington trailing. In the backcourt, it's the veteran Paul paired with Castle. Keldon Johnson is out there with Barnes. And it's Bassey in at the 5. So that's who San Antonio starts the second with. Here's Rain Man. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Paul outside. Lets the 3 fly. The Spurs rebound. The second chance effort. And the basket by Castle. Castle's got his first bucket of the night.
This is where we'll probably see Castle the most, creating opportunities with the ball in his hand.
And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. Richaun Holmes, he's checked in for the Wizards.
Number 22.
Figuring Shams to skyrocket.
And we're not even just talking about the players, Kevin. It's the coaches. It's the front office executives. Everyone is seeing some massive paydays. Every single year we're seeing the biggest contract in league history, and it's only going to get bigger and bigger in years to come.
Are you surprised at the size of some of these coaching deals? I mean, the numbers are amazing.
Coaching, these front office deals, it's getting higher and higher, and once Monty Williams signed the deal he did in 2023, that only elevated the market for coaches, and front office executives also are getting big paychecks.
A moment here to see the numbers for Chris Middleton. Good season for him last year. Averaged about 15 points a game, 5 assists and 4 rebounds. And very few players in the league can go out and produce like he has. Just a great stretch for him.
He keeps playing like this, and you know in arenas, especially at home, when the star player is playing this well, those MVP chants come raining down.
25 points last game. Inside. 6 on the shot clock. In transition, here come the Spurs. Rebound by the Wizards. Win after win, these guys now have 9 straight.
Watching this team operate at this elite level, firing on all cylinders, the way they're going right now, this winning streak could go on for some time.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Rain Man. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Yeah, looking up at the scoreboard, guys, that's his 3rd foul, and his coach has to consider now sitting him down.
Paul, left side. And that's going to be a travel. These teams were last season's best passers. The squads with the most assists in the NBA. The Spurs second.
You take a quick look at their assist totals from last season, and it's really impressive. A direct product of the disciplined, unselfish culture that this franchise represents.
That one's good. The San Antonio lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from the Rain Man. Hey, Shams, it seems like with these younger teams coming, we may be witnessing a transfer of power in the NBA. What do you think?
It's really due to the parity that we're seeing in the league, and we haven't seen this much parity in a really long time. It's wide open for teams in both conferences, in the East and West, to claim that top perch. We have to give the league a lot of credit. There's tons of parity.
Which I think is leading to expansion talk, correct? We've got so much talent right now, we can kind of let it ooze out a little bit to some other areas.
Certainly expansion, a couple more teams in the league, but the league really loves where they're at now. And any given year, anyone can win.
Here's Bassett. Looks for Paul. Hits it to him. The layup missed.
I'm not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Pass to Rain Man for 3. That shot missing.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Barnes down low. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got his 7th rebound here tonight. Poole the pass to Holmes. From past the arc. Rebounded by the Spurs. This their first look at this year's Washington squad.
Yeah, faced off twice last season, and it was a split between the two teams.
Yeah, they matched up very evenly, and that's not a compliment to either side. Last season was a struggle for both squads, and now they're each looking to turn the corner.
Now Middleton, Harrison Barnes missing on the 3. And stolen by Vassell. Pass to Paul. To the paint. Here's Barnes. Here's Bassett. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Paul passes to Bassett. Nobody near Barnes. It's good from long range. Barnes has got the lead up to 6 now for the Spurs. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for San Antonio?
Just a great job so far applying pressure defensively. The opposition is on their heels with the ball in their hand. Nightmarish clamps thus far.
Well, they've also done a great job of taking turnovers and producing out of that, working really hard that they're not wasting extra chances that they're creating.
Bassett, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
And just beating the open man. Nice recognition there from Vassell.
The top 5 players in the NBA are all foreign players, right? And so much was made of Anthony Edwards. Here's a 22-year-old American player who has maybe the charisma, the game, the everything you could package. It could be our next great player. Is there ever talk around the league about why are European players being so dominant? Where are the great young American players to compete against this great influx of international players?
The grassroots programs, you have to look at what happens abroad and in the States. You have to give a lot of credit to the way that they develop players over in Europe, in any of those regions. They do a great job, and those players are hungry, they're driven, they're passionate. They're trying to get here to the States and play basketball at the highest level in the NBA. And you see at the amateur level, there can be a lot of fluidity, there can be a lot of flux. Players are given so much so soon in America. So to be able to have that chip on your shoulder, to have the passion, and to exude the confidence that Anthony Edwards has, the younger generation of players definitely have someone in Anthony Edwards to look up to.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. De'Aaron Fox stays in attack mode. He says people don't want to guard somebody that's going to attack them on every possession. You can't get that break. You can't take any plays off. His speed, Kevin, that is a lot to deal with all game long.
A ton, David, to deal with, no question. DA, thanks. Here's Rain Man after the basket by San Antonio. Middleton looking it over. Sweet little floater. Middleton's got 9.
That is tough, watching Middleton find some kind of shooting window there and then knocking it down.
Outside, Fox. Pass to Paul. 5 on the clock. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Here's Wembanyama for 3. Well, it was the San Antonio Spurs winning their last game against the Kings. And the influx of international players continues to just fill these rosters in the NBA. And Shams, it has truly become a global league.
It's truly a beautiful thing, right, Kevin? We want sports to bring people together, to really galvanize communities, no matter your ethnicity, no matter your gender, anything. And now I really feel we're breaking down a lot of barriers in the world.
I think 3 of the top, 5, 6 players, we got Doncic. We've got Porzingis, of course, who is such a nice player, but Antetokounmpo and Jokic. I mean, the names go on and on of key contributors to winning teams.
You have to make a case that the world team against the U.S. team, if they were ever stacked against each other, that would be heck.
You and I would pay for the ticket, wouldn't we? I would pay to watch that.
I'm willing and able to pay immediately, Kevin. Sign me up. When are we going?
I hope soon.
A generational talent. For Wembanyama, the sky is the limit and the reality.
The Spurs making a switch here. Gasol's checked in. Now, here's Brogdon. He has 5. Outside, George. Shoots the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. George has got his second basket of the night.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
A 3 from Wembanyama. Oh, 3-ball, Wembanyama!
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
The Wizards have shot just 1 free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
Here's Castle. They get the rebound. Vassell outside. Stolen by George. For the finish. And George with the stuff.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
And how about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
And San Antonio has possession after the basket by Washington.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
Here's Castle. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Easy money for Wembanyama.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
Back to Kispert. Takes the three. San Antonio with the rebound. Wembanyama's got his 6th rebound on the night. Vassell, the pass to Wembanyama. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
How about the show Wemby's putting on here? When he gets it going, Victor is pretty much unstoppable.
And it's Vassell with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Jeremy Sohan's checked in for the Spurs. Paul comes in for Castle. And the foul called on Victor Wembanyama. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Charles Massey, he's checked in for the Spurs.
Now into the lineup for your Spurs, number 28.
Brogdon the pass to Rain. Back to Brogdon. Outside for Smart. Here's Rainman. Misses in close. Spurs leading by 4. Spurs working the ball around now. Passing, no good. And it's Smart with the ball for Washington. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Yeah, and in that game, it turned into a massive scoring night. It wasn't so much about the game plan as it was establishing early confidence to get that win.
And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. Oh, wasn't that wonderful? Easy to see why Shams has so many sources around the game. He's so easy to talk to.
Yeah, it's all about relationships at the end of the day. When the conversations come easily, that suits his purpose as a reporter.
Here's Vassell. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. One on Kispert.
And guys, you have to be able to knock down your free throws. Struggling with that this quarter. Good way to let your opponent back in the game.
And the Spurs making a change here. Johnson's checked in. And a change for the Wizards. Coulibaly, he's checked in for Marcus Smart.
You watch Vassell. He's a prototype wing for this era. Has length, skill, and plays both ends of the floor.
It's Vassell on the wing. Sohan inside. And it's Vassell with the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
2nd personal foul. 14 fouls.
Wizards trail by 6.
Yeah, take your time. You don't give them another possession.
Yeah, hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
And good assertiveness on that drive. And with Brogdon's terrific free throw percentage, I'm sure he's happy to head to the line.
At the line for the Wizards, Malcolm Brogdon. 2 shots.
Brogdon hits them both.
Now you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Fox feeling it out a bit. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Fox has got 9.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And we finish one half of basketball. It's San Antonio. They lead by 6. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
In the Western Conference, LeBron James.
No surprise, really, to see LeBron grab another one of these.
And let's dig into the first half now. Things looking pretty good for the San Antonio Spurs.
Getting points.
And that's all for us.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. We're seeing a tremendous game from Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
So on the floor for Washington, Richaun Holmes out there with Rain Man. Then there's Jordan Poole. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Smart in at the 2. And that one falls for Middleton. Greg, what a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
No one covering. 14 points for him.
That's some classic Chris Paul in action, reading the floor and finding the opening.
Wembanyama against Holmes. There's a screen for 3. Middleton, count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance. And that's number 4, definitely something to keep track of as we move forward.
Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Sochan finds Wembanyama. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wembanyama.
Now, I'm all for the crowd interacting with the players, but not so much the players interacting with the crowd. That one, errant pass.
Poole, the pass to Rainman. Back to Poole. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
3rd personal foul. 2nd team foul.
Here's Smart. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
And how about that? Coming out to start the half, a perfect 3 of 3.
Paul surveying the floor. Down low, here's Fox. That one good for 2. And now that's 11 points for De'Aaron Fox.
Well, Fox not a jump shooter, just doing a great job of mixing it up offensively now.
Pass to Holmes. Here's Rainman, defended by Sochan. Back to Holmes, and stolen by Wembanyama. Smart against Fox. Sochan, the pass to Fox. Paul outside. Here's Sochan. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his 5th assist in this one.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
You know, Greg, with the combination of Wembanyama and Coach Greg Popovich, the Spurs should be a great defensive team.
Yeah, it's hard with a young roster because all 5 guys have to work in unison, and often someone's going to make a mistake.
Here's Fox following the basket by Chris Middleton. Wembanyama sets a screen for Fox. Wembanyama outside. 6 to shoot. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Well, some have argued that Wembanyama deserved Defensive Player of the Year consideration in his rookie year.
And, Kevin, I can see where they're coming from. His team went from a bottom 5 defense to a top 5 defense when he was on the floor. His impact is amazing.
And looking at the numbers for De'Aaron Fox, coming off a terrific season. And, of course, he was among the best in the league when it came to putting the ball in the basket. Top 10 in scoring.
And as you said, first in steals last season. You have to say he's the best ball hawk in the league right now. It may not even be close. San Antonio again missing. Wizards trail by 4. And Middleton the bucket on the assist from Poole. Poole's got 4 assists now tonight. Spurs have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. There's the 3. And it's Sochan missing. For Washington, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. Rain Man, no good. That would have tied it. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul.
Yeah, clearly struggling here.
We've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. He's ready to talk things through with the team. San Antonio leading by 9. And that one's good. Barnes.
Hurt you with the basketball. He's sneaky fast with that release.
Here's Rain Man. He's guarded by Johnson. Up top, Brogdon. 7 points in the game.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Lets it go from deep. Hassel misses.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Pass to Rain Man. This one for 3. Carries it from 3-point range. Rain Man's got 21 in the game. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. A chance now to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team.
Down the stretch now. No fouls. We're in it.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Outside, the wings are Vassell and Barnes. Johnson and Wembanyama make up the 4 and the 5. And it's Castellan at the point guard position. That's the San Antonio 5. Wembanyama passes to Johnson. His 3-pointers off the mark. Wizards trail by 9. Pass to Brogdon. Inside. Coulibaly with it. Now here's Kispert. And here is Holmes. Defended by Wembanyama. Holmes pitch to Brogdon. That 3 off the mark. San Antonio leading by 9. Vassell outside. Wembanyama, a screen to the inside. Victor Wembanyama.
Oh, great decision there. Get it to Wembanyama and let Victor finish as the roller.
Pass to Brogdon. And stolen by Vassell. Johnson in the corner. The tray gets the 3-pointer to fall. Johnson's got the lead up to 14 now for the Spurs. And we'll get a look at how the Husselstadt game has been going for the Spurs.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
Man, scoring off of turnovers is so helpful. I mean, you get easy opportunities at the rim. It devastates the opponent. They've done a great job tonight at converting on those chances.
Wembanyama, a screen on Brogdon to the middle. Wembanyama, no good. Wizards trail by 11. Rain Man passes to Brogdon. Pass to Rain Man. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. Brogdon's got 5 points in the quarter.
Brogdon inside, never rushed, effective with the soft touch.
Kispert, the pass to Raymond. Ogden against Barnes. Here's Rainman. Wizards passing it around. Back to Koulibaly. Just 4 to shoot. Holmes setting the pick for Brogdon. Rebounded by the Spurs. Wembanyama has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Nice move. Johnson's shot is off. Wizards trail by 9. And stolen by Wembanyama.
And he has to...
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one.
MP, look, I love you, but you gotta...
Could have used you out there longer tonight.
At least you get some extra rest tonight. Win this game so we can go hit the buffet for some chicken wings.
Get ready to light it up tonight.